the official weight classes for all 50 characters in Mario Kart World. First up, the Flyweights. We have Baby Peach, Baby Daisy, Swoop, and Para Biddy Bud. Next up, the Featherweights. We have Baby Mario, Baby Luigi, Baby Rosalina, Peeper, Spike, Fishbone, Dry Bones, Sidestepper, and Goomba. To follow on are the Lightweights, and we have Toad, Toadette, Lakitu, Koopa Trooper, Shy Guy, Nabbit, Cheep Cheep, and Stingbee. Moving on over to the Welterweights, we have Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Yoshi, Bowser Jr., Monty Mole, Coin Coffer, and Dolphin. Going on up to the Middleweights, we have Mario, Luigi, Birdo, Pauline, Hammerbro, Rocky Wrench, Pokey, and Penguin. Stepping up to the scales now are the Cruiserweights, and we have Conkdor, Get Conked, King Boo, Cataquack, Piranha Plant, Snowman, and our beloved Heavy Mama, Rosalina. It's big boy time now. The Heavyweights are here, and we have Wario, Waluigi, Wiggler, Cow, Moo, Chargin' Chuck, Pianta, and of course, Donkey Kong. And surprisingly, in a weight class of his own, this love-deprived snapping turtle is the heaviest character in the entire game of Mario Kart World. You know him. You love him. It is Bowser. Yeah, it's Bowser. The way to tell if characters are in the same weight class as one another is by simply choosing the same vehicle and cycling through each character, and if they have the exact same stats, then they fall into the same weight class. And before you ask, no, the outfits do not change stats. They all stay the same and remain in the weight category of the base character. You may ask, why is it important to know where each character is listed under their weight class? And the answer is, the character directly affects the vehicle stats with all of the carts and all of the bikes. So typically, you'll see that the lightest characters will be the slowest in the game with the lowest speed stat, but to compensate, they will have the highest acceleration stat in the game when it comes to your mini turbo boosts from drifting and tricking, as well as how quickly in which you can reach your top speed once again after getting hit and either coming to a complete standstill or rolling out. On top of having the lowest weight stat in the game, meaning they will get bumped around and potentially off the track by other racers at a much easier rate. And finally, they will have a higher handling stat, meaning they are easier to control on all surfaces. And the heavier the character you use, the more those stats start to flip-flop and become opposites. So you can see, when you get further from either end of the stats spectrum and go nearer the middle of the road for the weight stat, your speed, acceleration, weight, and handling stats begin to mediate on a more average basis. Of course, this can be heavily impacted by which vehicle you pick, so choose wisely. And then, when you get heavier and heavier, you start to see a swing in having a higher speed stat instead. You become faster the heavier you get, but your acceleration takes a hit and you'll start to see your acceleration stat become much lower. And of course, a higher weight stat, so you don't get bumped around as much, and usually slightly lower handling as well, making it slightly trickier to control, but by not that much, so don't worry. Then, and only then, when you get to the big boy Bowser, you will have the fastest speed stat in the game. And now remember, that does go up or down dependent on what vehicle you choose, but nevertheless, you will still be the quickest combo in the game. Though, to bear in mind, you will have the lowest acceleration stat in the game. You give and you take, it's as simple as that. Coupled with being the heaviest character in the game, whatever combo you choose, it means you can bonk people as much as you like without getting affected yourself, which is absolutely brilliant. However, you will sadly have the worst handling stat in the game most of the time with whatever vehicle you choose to pair with Bowser. Though, this makes for a rather interestingly difficult time to control. Now, I hope Nintendo brings an update soon and fixes a few characters' weight class distributions. For starters, I hope that Peeper can move down to the Flyweights, as many will assume this adorable little ghost is the lightest character in the game. I mean, come on, Peeper clearly weighs not even an ounce. But weirdly enough, Nintendo chose not to recognise this. I don't know why. What? So this can be quite confusing and misleading. As well as, Stingbee can move down to the Featherweights. It's a literal bumblebee. I get it's quite a big one, but still, it's just a bee, and it just doesn't look like it weighs the same as its current weight class counterparts. And I mean, you could even move this little fuzzy bee all the way down to the Flyweights if you really wanted to, Nintendo. And finally, I would love to see the giant weights category to be introduced. The giants do exist in this game, Nintendo, and that is where it will of course include Bowser, but I believe old Donkey Kong should be added into this same weight class, and also Rosalina, because it's canon and quite funny to be honest. And there you go. That is every weight class for all 50 characters explained in Mario Kart World. Cheers, Nintendo! Thank you so much for watching, and as always, I will see you in my next video. Bye bye!